What's going on, Immortals? Welcome to another Diablo video. Today we're going to be discussing the intricate web that is the Shadows versus Immortals. The true end game of Diablo Immortals is going to be joining a Shadow clan and vying and fighting for dominance in order to become the Immortals. So we are Shadow Clan rank 3, mostly filled with just absolute free-to-play players. We're all hanging out, having a blast. We've got 50 out of 100 members here, and I just want to dive into this a little bit. So first of all, we've got the Shadow Lottery, which is going to be an important part of bringing more shadows into the fold, getting more people involved in the end game content. So the Shadow Lottery happens 3 times per day at noon, 6, and 9 p.m. server time. And so here we just had a lottery an hour ago. I signed up right away. I was here waiting, and we managed to pick up a win for the lottery. So now we're just going to dive into this system, and you can do this 3 times a day, and it's worth the experience, drops, loot, and all that good stuff. So you're gonna have to fight these ancient champions, which is pretty easy. You should definitely be able to do this at basically any level. It's just a small fight here. We have access to 3 potions. I even think you can die and just come back. It doesn't really matter that much. I've got a lot of single target abilities on, especially my left click, so we kind of just pummel the majority of things. But anyway, what this is going to accomplish is after we finish fighting these 3 monsters, we're going to get a signet in order to invite other shadows into the fold, and then they'll have to go through the shadow quest line to figure out how to become a shadow. And then after someone becomes a shadow, they can join your shadow clan. And when you convert your clan into a shadow clan, you're gonna have to use a lot of signets to bring everyone into that shadow fold. And the things that you get for being a shadow are incredible. You have access to so many activities, resources, and events that every single clan in the game is going to want to be shadow. And then after that, they're going to want to be Immortals. Immortals have even more of everything in the game, but it's going to be a crazy competition to become the Immortal. So going back to the Court of Whispers here, we're going to just kind of look at a couple more of the activities that are available to Shadows, including the Shadow Vault, which in my opinion is the best activity in the game for rewards and drops. It's also really fun. It's going to have access to 4 versus 4 PvP, and just the amount of things that you can pick up and the amount of gold and hilts that you get is making this truly one of, if not the best activities that you can do on a daily basis. So diving over here, let's go ahead and pull up the shadows. So it is a 4-stage event, and then obviously each stage has its own rewards, not hilts. Look at that, they're just going up all the way to 800 here, and then it's just intense. Also, when you finish the showdown, you can recruit an unlimited amount of shadows. So there's really a lot you can do here. But here we go. I'm going to invite this guy to shadows. So he's already being invited. And for each player that you invite to the shadows, you're going to get rewards. And then obviously you can also invite them to your clan. So there's no reason not to bring as many people possible into the shadow. Here's Vigorous Snow. Let's see if we can get him. Already being recruited. So you can just see that eventually your whole server is going to be absolutely filled to the brink with shadows. And then let me just pull up a couple more events here. A lot of it is time-based, of course. We've just got people trying to join left and right. They want to be part of it. They want to get into the Shadow War. But we are top 10, so we're going to be registering here in the next little while. You've got a lot of clans already registered, so as soon as they get top 10, they're going to try to make that. And then you also have your contracts, of which I believe you can do up to 3 per day, but I think you get 3 at the start of the week, and then 1 each day after that. I could be wrong. Don't quote me. It might be 3 per day, but I think it's 3 at the start of the week, and then 1 per day. And it's just going to give you an immense amount of XP and loot and reward, and obviously shadow marks to level up. You've got your Path of Blood, which is going to be kind of like a challenge rift, but a lot simpler and a lot shorter. And that's going to give you tons of marks as well to level up, and a lot of loot. As you push forward, you're going to get buffs and just a lot of really great things. Obviously, Raid the Vault is what I'm about to show. It's the best thing you could possibly do. Doing the Battleground also gives your clan shadow experience, so you can help level the clan up and really push those shadow ranks. And then the Assembly is once a day, and that's going to be just all the shadow clans coming together and kind of just hanging out, right? You're planning for the showdown, you're talking strats, you're talking about the top 10 and just hanging out. And then the Rite of Exile is really when we start diving into these sacred duels between both factions. So this is going to be the Shadow versus the Immortals, and that's going to be taking place once a week on Sunday. during those final two stages of the Showdown and Reckoning, and that's going to be just a crazy PvP. And you've got as well the Shadow War. So this is a weekly battle, so the clans can try to rise up, and you're going to register Monday, Tuesday. The starting battles begin Thursday with the final battle on Saturday, and it's going to reward legendary crests, keys, and the spoils of war. So you just have so much going on with shadows. It really is very, very intense. Everyone wants to be a shadow, and then they want to try to vie for dominance in order to become an immortal. And one of the coolest parts about being an immortal is the availability to raid this vault. So when you go into the vault as a shadow, right, you can do this a lot. You can get up to 40 chests per day. Just you're gonna get tons of hilts, an absolutely magnetic amount of gold, hundreds of thousands of gold. And so it shows you how many players are actively raiding, right? And this is a four party system, 4 player per party. So here we have, you know, upwards of 80 players all in the vault in this exact moment. And each time you do a vault, you do have a 10-minute cooldown before you can go back in. But what happens is that the wardens will alert the immortals, and then the immortal parties are waiting here, and they can dive in and try to fight you. And so when you die, you do drop the loot on the ground. So winning in PvP for the immortals will give them a lot of the vault treasure, as well as stop the shadows from advancing through the vault and rising up in order to challenge them each week, because you're going to have clans trying to overthrow each other. Every single week. Madness and stupidity out here. We've got just so much going on, and it really is a lot of fun. And right now I believe it's just AI immortals, because we haven't had a shadow war yet on the server. And sometimes they come, sometimes they don't. But of course, just like with real PvP, if your party is prepared, you've got some CCs and a lot going on, you are going to be able to stop them. So I'm going to dive into the vault really quick just to show you guys the basics of the vault. But this is essentially the heart of the shadow system. It's a wonderful system, and it gives you honestly access to a ton more events and activities, dailies, weeklies, and events that are just very, very interesting. You're going to want an organized clan, you're going to want 100 players, and you're going to want to be in warband. So let me just put, looking for 3 more, you know, shadow vaults. And then I'll try to just invite random people from the clan really fast in the warband. So we've already got players in the Court of Whispers, right? So you're going to invite them. You've got Keish here, Xavier and Westmarch. It's so easy to bring people into the fold. You got Fastboy. And we'll see who comes. And then we'll also invite, you know, some friends. This guy's in the temple. Galax hanging out here. Roshnok's hanging out. Obviously, you don't want to invite people that are already in parties or dungeons. So here we're at 3 out of 4. It's coming along very quick. This guy says he's down for vaults. That's a full party. So we're going to go ahead and dive in. Lovely challenges are on cooldowns. So Lovely Lady has already finished the vault. They've got a 6-minute cooldown, so we're going to boot them. And then we're going to grab one more. Bilefen, Grimmy, Ashwald Cemetery, Bilefen. So you can see where players are. It's very easy to pick them up. There it is. So here we're diving into another vault, and it's a lot of fun. Now the wardens in here are going to scream and alert the immortals, but like I always say, what I like to do is I personally like to let the wardens call the immortals, and then we battle the immortals early into the lifespan of the vault. That way we don't have to deal with the wardens anymore, because once the immortals have been alerted and wiped, they can no longer come in. As far as I know, it could change when a clan is the immortals. They might be able to just come in the entire time you're in the vault, but it also might just be they have one chance to stop you, and if they don't stop you, that's it. You got the vault. And the vault does level up, so there'll be more guards and a more challenging experience the higher the vault level is. So it's just a wonderful system, really thought out and well prepared. Of course, leveling up, I didn't show it, and I'll show it right now really fast while we clear. I mean, obviously, the vault stage 1 is the easiest of the stages. And here, opening the chest, you've got 40 hilts and 20,000 gold per chest. It's just so much loot. It really is incredible. So also your rank, look at this. Just by leveling up your shadow self, just by moving up slowly through the ranks, you're getting increased to your damage and defense. So there's no reason not to do this. Everyone's going to want to be a shadow, and you do have daily quests and challenge quests. So you're just constantly pushing forward across all avenues of content, upgrading, and having a fantastic time. So that is basically the end of the video. We've really delved into the complexities of the Shadow Clan system. And so feel free to leave at this point. I'm just going to go ahead and continue to finish the vault just for fun. And hopefully we'll actually get an alert and have an Immortal group come in here. So of my 3 runs today, I've only had 1 group of Immortals show up, and there was only 3, and we wiped them. But yesterday in my probably 15 vault runs, I don't know what the daily limit is, but we sure did a lot. So yesterday I had 2 groups of 4 show up, and both times they actually wiped us. But yesterday we didn't really understand the system and how interesting it was. So, you know, now it's different, and now we're prepared. You got to be really ready and have your cooldowns available. Maybe your ult's up, and then you'll be able to stop the Immortals. So here we're going to go ahead and let that Immortal scream and bring in the thing, and then we're just going to be ready to stop them as soon as they show up. So now they've been alerted. When it says they've entered the vault, you need to turn around. That's when they are going to be showing up. So we're going to start saving cooldowns here and kind of move very slow. We don't want to make crazy pulls here. See, here they come. Incoming. Come together. Where's our 4th member? Here they are. Keith is instantly getting killed here probably. He needs to pop his potion. Using our CCs. Using our CCs across the board. We're going to go ahead and ult as well. That's 1 player dead. We're getting our cooldowns back. There we go. We killed the Immortals. Unfortunately, 1 member of the party wasn't paying attention, and that did get us killed. So now we need to resurrect our teammate. He needs to pick his loot up, and then we carry forward. Beautiful job, though. We got the resources back. So you could see where if the Immortals were actual players and they came in here, I believe they would be picking up your loot there that would drop on the ground, which would give them access to a lot of good loot and opportunities to pressure the Shadow players and keep them from progressing in order to challenge them later in the week for control of the Immortal Throne. So that's the end of the video, and I'm also getting really thirsty just from talking this much. So please, you guys, like, subscribe, and leave constructive criticism and compliments in the comments section. Again, most of the players that you see here are free to play, or maybe they bought the $5 battle pass, but it's just a fantastic game. Dive in, join the Shadows, and vie for control of the Immortal Throne. It's PvP activities and events all day, every day. We're out here doing all the things all the time.